Hello and welcome to a tutorial on the Performance Plus Global Logistics TMS. You can access the TMS by visiting mhc.pplusglobal.com. To get started, let's go ahead and log in by clicking the Login button in the top right of the screen and entering the username and password provided for your location. Once we log in, we'll be greeted with a dashboard displaying relevant quote and shipment information for your location. This will include the different modes of transportation used, as well as the quantity of quotes and shipments entered by month. Scrolling to the bottom reveals individual shipment statuses and more reports and tools. To get started with entering a new shipment, we'll click on the Start a New Order button. We have a three-step process of entering a new shipment into the TMS. You can start by entering individual zip codes, or you can look up saved locations from your address book. For this example, let's look up our location in Cedar Rapids, and we'll put in a shipment going to Denver. After selecting those saved locations, we'll scroll down and enter in our commodity information. We'll also use our product catalog to look up a saved product, and we'll look for ale filters with a class of 85. We'll put in that we have 1 pallet, 20 pieces, and a total weight of 500 pounds. Next, we'll click Generate Quotes to see all of the available rates for this specific lane. Once the rates are displayed, they will be in order from the least expensive option at the top, and we will include the carrier names and logos, as well as transit times, service levels, and price information. If you'd like some more terminal information, you can simply click on the terminal information icon to view the address and phone number for both the origin and destination terminals. You can save a quote for a later time by clicking the Save Quote option, or we can proceed by clicking Select next to the carrier and price we'd like to choose for the shipment. On the second step, we get to enter in all of the origin and destination information. Since we've used locations from our address book, you'll see that a lot of this information is already completed. If we need to make any changes or add additional information, we can do that just by typing into these input fields. And as we scroll to the bottom of the page, we'll see what's left to proceed, and we'll be able to enter in the specific pickup times and dates. We'll assume this is for today, that we have an open time of 8 o'clock with a close time of 5 p.m. Our delivery date is going to be estimated based on our current pickup date and transit time of the carrier, and we can enter in the open and close times for that destination location. Finally, we'll have some reference fields that need to be completed, and once we've entered in all the information for these reference fields, we'll be able to proceed by clicking Review Shipment on the bottom right. This is the third and final step of booking this shipment. It's the summary page, which will contain all the information for the locations, the products, as well as the carrier selected, transit, and pricing. If you're happy with all the information that's been entered and the carrier that's been selected, we can simply click Book Shipment. The shipment will be booked and dispatched to the carrier, and will be taken to the shipment detail or tracking page for this shipment. We can get back to this page by entering the shipment ID or Pro number into the Track Your Shipment field above. And from this page, we'll be able to review all relevant shipment information, status updates, and access the shipping documents. If we'd like to view the bill of lading, we can simply click the red BOL button here. The bill of lading will be open in a new tab in your browser, and you'll be able to send, print, or download from here. If we want to go ahead and send this to our shipping location, we simply click the Send button. We can enter in an email address or use a saved email address by typing in a shortcut such as shipper. We can enter in a custom message for that shipper, like please use the attached BOL for this shipment. And then finally, we can select the documents that we'd like to send to the shipper, such as the bill of lading and customer labels. When I click send email here, it will take a moment to generate and send those documents. And once that modal has cleared, we know the documents have been sent successfully. I can click close. And then if I'd like to go back to my home page, I can click on the top right drop down and then select dashboard to go back to where we started. A few other tools that will be available will be the ability to manage your account and change your password. You can do this by clicking the drop down in the top right, clicking the manage account link, entering in your current and new passwords. There are no requirements on what your password can be, just that the new password must match in both of these fields. And we can click change password here to confirm that password update. Your password cannot be recovered, so if any time it does get lost, you can contact your Performance Plus representative and they can reset your password. Next, from our dashboard, we'll look at some of the reports and tools that are available at the bottom of the page, starting with our shipment history. From the shipment history page, you'll be able to view an entire list of all of the past shipments that have been booked into the TMS. You can click on the shipment ID numbers to the left to view the detail tracking pages. You can also click on the hyperlinked pro numbers to view tracking information on the carrier's website. Or you can search for specific shipments by using any of the filters up at the top and clicking the search button. Next, we'll go back and we'll take a look at our quote history page. Much like the shipment history page, this is going to be a complete list of all of the saved quotes that we've entered into the TMS. We'll have shipment ID numbers that can be used to access a detailed quote page. We'll also be able to use the shipment ID and date filters to narrow this list down. Next, we'll look at the address book. The address book can be accessed from here, and you'll be able to delete, add, and edit any locations into your completed address book. You can see here that we already have 72 entries. If I want to delete an entry, I can select a location and click delete selected. If I'd like to add a new location, I can click on the add new address button and then complete the fields here and click save. If you just need to make a slight change to an existing location, simply click on the pencil icon next to that location, make the appropriate change, and then click update. Similar to our address book, we also have a product catalog. The product catalog, adding, deleting, and editing of products is very similar to what we saw in the address book. You simply select and click delete to remove. You can click the pencil icon to edit, or add new product to add a new product to your product catalog. Now, when adding a product, you're only required to save a description, freight class, and package type. However, the more information that is saved, the better it will be when you go to use that product later. You can enter in an NMFC code, note, reference number, unit weight, or full dimensions. Click save when you're done, and that product is added to the top of our product catalog. Another report that's going to be available and give us a few more options for filtering is going to be the customer report. The customer report is going to give us a few fields that we can edit, such as carriers, date ranges, date types, and invoicing statuses. We can also add in filters for specific origin or destination informations. You can choose to export this report by selecting this Export to Excel button, or simply create and view in our browser just by clicking Create Report. This report is going to contain much more information than the shipment history, and with the ability to export or print, we have a lot more flexibility to add in or evaluate that data as needed. One last report that's going to be available is the carrier summary. Carrier summary is going to give us 3 separate views of our top carriers for shipments based on volume, revenue, and weight. So we can see here that we're giving most of our shipments to Saia, then Howland, then Estes. This will be sorted and grouped by quarter, and you will have access to the current and most recent 6 quarters. If you'd like to get more specific on this shipment activity report, maybe you want to hide some specific items and only want to see shipments that were booked, you can filter this report just by clicking on the icons of the items you wish to eliminate. In this case, we're now only looking at actually booked shipments and no quotes. If we were to click quoted and then click booked, we'd have just our quotes and none of the actually booked shipments. The same will apply over on the modes pie chart. So if we had some truckload and LTL shipments, we would be able to hide and filter based on the mode. A few other quick tools that are available from the TMS are going to be a class calculator. If you'd ever like to look up the density of a specific item, you can type in a weight and full dimensions. And the system will calculate the density in pounds per cubic foot and give you an estimated freight class that can be used for quoting. We also have a zip code search tool. If you're ever looking for a specific zip code or city and you don't know that other piece of information, you can simply type in the city name and click search, and the system will return all of the zip codes for that city. This also works in the other direction by clicking into the zip field, entering a specific zip code, and clicking search. And then the system will give you the city, state, and area code for that zip code. So one last feature that we want to display today is the ability to turn a saved quote into a shipment. So if we were to scroll down and click on our quote history and find an older saved quote that we wanted to convert into a shipment, I would simply click on the shipment ID number. And from that detailed quote page, I would want to click on the Book Shipment button. The system will take all of the saved information, load it into that original shipment quote page, and then allow me to generate a fresh quote for that shipment. The reason we do this is because fuel can change over time, pricing can change over time, and whether that price has gone up or down since originally quoted, we want to make sure we have the most current pricing pulled up, and then we can select a carrier that we want to proceed with booking the shipment. From here, the rest of that shipment process will be the same as previously demoed. That will conclude our tutorial on the Performance Plus Global Logistics TMS platform. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to us by phone or email, and we'll be happy to give you additional demonstrations or answer any questions you may have. Thank you.